What's going on? Hey, do me a favor. In the comments, I want you to post what business book you're reading or listening to this month. If you don't have one, I want you to stop this video. I want you to go on linkedin.com, update your resume, because you're probably going to be working for somebody for the rest of your life. If you don't value information, it'll make you have a small mind, and a small mind will not survive in the business world. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Ty Turner, and if this is your first time on this channel, hey, this channel is designed for people that's looking to turn their passion into profit. If you want to go paint on naked women and take dope pictures and, piss off your wife, hey, this ain't the channel for that. But if you want to find a way to turn what you love to do into a business so that you can feed your family and buy your wife or girlfriend or partner or spouse nice things, this is the channel that's going to help you do that. And today I'm not in my work van. I'm in one of my regular cars and on my way to a shoot. And it just dawned on me how when I help a lot of photographers and videographers, how small-minded they are initially because they have not taken the time to educate themselves to understanding the value of knowledge. And I say that to say this. Let's talk drugs, man. Y'all love it when I talk drugs, and I try not to because, half my views probably come from the FBI, but let's talk drugs. When you get into this game, in the beginning, you're that guy that's standing on the corner, selling his drugs. He's selling $10 packs, $20 packs. And the goal is to never stay that guy. You may have to start as that guy, but you never want to stay that guy. And a lot of you guys who are in this industry, you stay that guy. That is the guy you are forever. You don't think bigger than that. You don't grow. And I said you can't recover from being the cheap guy. However, you can build a brand with the idea of being something great. You got to think about the big picture. I'm on my way today. I'm doing headshots for a company that I started doing 1 or 2 jobs for, and it blossomed and bloomed into something bigger and greater. We're doing headshots for a company called Havertys, which is a big furniture company out in the Texas area and kind of the southeast side of the country. But I started doing little stuff for them, and it blossomed and bloomed into something bigger because I thought of the big picture. And I think a lot of you don't think about the big picture. That's why you name your companies Joe's Photography instead of a name. For me, I named my company Flashfilm Media because I knew one day I'd be an old man and I didn't want to show up to all of those jobs. However, if I was Joe's Photography, my clients would look for Joe. Me being Flashfilm Media, I can send anybody in a shirt to do the job. That's just thinking about the big picture. When I was in the Army, all my friends wanted to name their photography business because I was combat photography in a company full of photographers. They wanted to name their business after themselves, but I thought about the big picture. And I thought bigger than that because I was reading business books and I understood how business works. It's hard to be in this industry when you don't think about the big picture. You miss a lot of opportunities when you don't think about the big picture. Think about the movie Scarface. If you haven't seen that movie, which I'm sure most of you have, go back and watch it. That is the mentality and attitude you need to have for your business. You need to want to take over the world with it. Some of you just want corners. I want the world. And that's how I look at my business now with Flashfilm Media and Flashfilm Academy. I don't want just my little piece. I want to reach people everywhere. That's why I chose the YouTube platform. So I say that to say this. If you aren't heavily educating yourself, if you aren't heavily reading a book a month or listening to an audio book a month, you're gonna work for somebody for the rest of your life. This industry you can make $250,000 a year in this industry, easy. It's easy to do $250,000 a year, $200,000 a year, if you know business. If you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with the idea of that, if that seems like it's way too much, you obviously have not educated yourself enough to know what's possible in this industry. It's definitely possible in this industry if you put forth the effort. It's not going to be given to you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not easy. It's not going to be a layup. It's going to take some work. It's going to take you being uncomfortable more than you are comfortable to understand how to work, Facebook marketing, how to market your brand, how to create this brand, how to build this brand. And if you don't think about the big picture, you won't make it. I often tell people this, and to give you an idea of what I mean when I say think about the big picture. If you grow up in this world and you know from day one that you want to be the president of the United States, right? I want to be the president of the United States. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Compared to somebody who I don't know, you're going to make decisions completely different in life. As trying to be the president of the United States, you may not hang out with people that shoplift. You may not post half-naked pictures of your body online. You may not curse a lot or share things that may put that dream in jeopardy. But when you think about the big picture, it allows you to make decisions now that will affect you tomorrow. That's why it's important that you sit down and determine what you want to be with your brand. You sit down and determine where you want to go with your company so that you can make decisions that will help you in the future. Often I see people who don't know what they want to do. Again, when it goes back to the kid analogy, they down and they're posting pictures of their body on the internet, they're cussing, they're freaking smoking cigarettes and other stuff online, and then they decide one day they want to be a politician, and it don't work like that. Because now you got to work against everything you've done for the past however many years to combat that. But if you go into this industry, this game, with a little education under your belt, able to see where things can go or the possibilities for yourself, and you set goals to match those possibilities, you'll make better decisions. The reason that came to mind today, like I said earlier, I'm doing headshots for a company, and the first jobs I did for this company didn't pay a lot. However, I knew that by linking my brand with this company, it would do things for my brand. That's why I tell you guys, you can't recover from being the cheap guy. However, you can recover from being the smart guy. And this company started with just a little drop in the bucket, and now we do all of their new employee photography. Now we do all of their new hire photography. And that trickle and that one drop in the bucket that the average person may have been like, I don't know, has now turned into a full bucket of consistent work. That's, that I enjoy doing. I enjoy working with this brand. A lot of my larger brands, the Raising Canes, Complete Trailers, those guys, I make sure I go out personally and cover. So it's important that, I build that relationship and they see my face. And at some point I will send somebody else to cover it. But today, or in the beginning of that relationship, I make sure I'm the guy and they feel confident and comfortable with working with Flashfilm Media because they know the level of quality and what to expect. So think bigger with your ideas. Think bigger with your brand. Disney didn't get into the industry just to take over Florida. Disney got in the industry and thought globally. You need to think about that. When you create content, it can go around the world. So you need to think about that. That's what I love about content. People in different countries can view this video. It can help them in every country. Even though I am driving on a freeway in Texas right now. You have to think bigger. You have to know that your future holds something greater than what you're currently doing. And if you want to stand on the corner all day and you want to, be the corner man, be my guest. But I'm taking over the world. That's my goal. That is why I do this. so that I can provide content, so that I can provide education and help people around the world grow their business, and I can continue to grow as the subject matter expert in doing that. So about today's shoot, really simple shoot, gray backdrop, headshot. We're using the Godox AD200s, maybe a Godox AD600. And the unique reason why this company chose me is because we offer a mobile headshot setup that's very consistent. The solution we solve for this company is their schedule is sometimes crazy. It's hard getting every new employee in the same place at the same time. So we have the ability to go out to them, set up, still provide the same great service and quality and consistency in the image at different locations at different times. That makes me more valuable than somebody who may be able to provide a better picture. Who knows? But the fact that we offer this and it is convenient for this company that has multiple locations all over Texas works. And we don't do minimums with them because we do so much volume. We don't have to say, hey, I need 5 people for us to come out. It's just 15 minutes ever. It'll take me longer to set up than it does for me to take the actual photo. I'm in and I'm out. But that's the type of relationship and that's the type of solution we offer to a client that provides consistent work. And if you get about 5 or 6 of these clients, there's no way you can go broke. There's no way you can be hungry because they're always calling your phone. They're always looking for more of what you do. That's why it's important to build those relationships. This is a big company. We may take a little bit less per shoot with this company because we know they hire people like crazy. Their headquarters is here. They do a lot of training here. And when they need other things, guess what? They'll call us and contact us. So we want to make sure that we are their go-to guy working with this larger company. Plus, it allows us to link our brand to their brand. That alone is worth money. That alone is valuable. That alone is something that helps in marketing, especially to their competitors. So it's something to just keep in mind when you are thinking about working with the client. You're thinking about shooting for free, or you're thinking about taking a little bit less. If you have volume, or if linking your brand to their brand provides value, get that value. Don't always look for monetary value. Sometimes you miss really good opportunities. You have to be intelligent enough and educate yourself enough with business books to know which is which. If you have not taken the time to do so, you're guessing, you're rolling the dice, you're gambling. And people with lack of knowledge or understanding about things tend to do that, and they blame it on luck. They blame it on maybe a blessing. They blame it on, the stars are aligned. When those who are in business educate themselves to create opportunities so that they can consistently grow and win. I am an opportunity creator. I call myself the machete man. What that means is I'm going to carve my own path out. I'm going to go in my own direction. I'm going to create my opportunities. I'm not going to wait for opportunities. As a filmmaker, I don't do a lot of film festivals. For what? I don't need exposure like that when I have YouTube. Why am I going to pay somebody to critique my film? And if it blow up and if it's big and people love it, they're going to take a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? That's a 1999 way of thinking. If you pick up a book and you understand how the industry works, distribution is the reason you're trying to get, in a film festival. You're trying to get distribution. You're trying to get in front of people. Well, I can do that on YouTube. I can spend $50 and advertise my trailer and do it on YouTube. Why would I spend money to go to a film festival? It doesn't make sense to me. However, it did 20 years ago. And people who are lazy and don't want to learn and find new ways to be successful do what others did 20 years ago. There's plenty of new ways out here to do things and have greater results with less energy, with less money, with less downside. So again, that's why it's important to read those business books. That's why it's important to enlighten yourself and important to understand, what it takes to win. And the biggest thing you will learn from reading those business books is you don't know what you don't know. If you're sitting through this video and you're scratching your head like, wow, trust me, you have a lot to learn. And that's okay. I still got a lot to learn. I'm not at the end of my journey. It doesn't work like that. It's a ongoing, forever thing. And I'm okay with that. And you should be too. Anyway, let's go in here and let's work. I cannot stress to you how important it is for you to get you a foldable, collapsible cart like this. It is one of my greatest tools in my whole toolbox. I call it the back saver. It will come in handy more than you know. All right, guys, well, that's that real quick half an hour shoot. In fact, I had a person who was in there who they decided they wanted some pictures too, jumped in front of the screen, and now I get the invoice for more than one person. So this job is one of those jobs where for me, it was more about opportunity than pay. Of course, you're going to make sure that you're not losing money, that you're not breaking even, that you're making a profit. However, what was most important with this particular job is to build that relationship. I know that Havertys is a big name. If I put their name on my company website, people will do business with me. They have a steady flow of new employees coming in that I want to, it's going to always need headshots. So those are things. It's funny because the CEO was walking around there, and I've had a chance to bump into him. I don't think he probably remembered me, but I had a chance to bump into him. But so those are things that you have to think about when you're starting a business. Sometimes getting a little less, more consistent is worth more than just one big chunk of money. And sometimes the relationship is great. You meet a lot of designers and people who leave here and do other things. They open personal interior decorating companies. They go work for other companies. So sometimes you got to look at it and make a business decision on if it's worth, sacrificing a little bit. Like, what are you gaining? And to make better decisions, you have to read business books. You have to educate yourself on understanding the big picture so that you can make those decisions. A lot of people ask me, what should I, why should I? I don't fully know your situation. I don't know what your bank account is like. I don't know what your family is going through to tell you not to take $200 for doing a picture. So, it's different. It's different for me. So it's hard for me to try to make that assumption, but the more you educate yourself, the more you'll understand why you need to make the decisions you need to make, and it'll make you a better business person. You got to get out of the idea of being a consumer. All of your decisions right now come from the idea of consumption and not the idea of being a businessman. It comes from the idea of being a consumer that want to make money. And people mix grinding and hard work with making money, and the two actually don't go together. It's just that you've been brought up in a world and in a family, in a class where hard work means everything. And that's just not the right things to be doing. And that's not the right thing to do in 2020 because we have computers, we have ways to make money. That's a whole lot easier than what our grandparents had to do to make a living. So that's, this job just kind of reminded me of that. And that is the message at the end of the day that I wanted to share with you all, on top of the fact that it's just simple headshots and some of the gear I use. But most importantly, it's important that you take that away from this situation. All right, guys. Hey, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. You got questions, let's talk in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.